Somewhere right now, an adversary is stealing your encrypted data, and they don't even need to crack the code to do it. They just need to store it and wait. This strategy has a name: Harvest Now, Decrypt Later, and it's the single biggest reason governments and tech giants worldwide are racing to rebuild internet security from the ground up in 2026. This video breaks down what this threat actually is, what's being done about it, and why the deadline matters more than most people realize. Let's get into it. First, let's understand the encryption we all rely on every single day. Nearly all of modern digital security, your banking, your messaging apps, your company's internal systems, depends on mathematical problems that are extremely hard for classical computers to solve. RSA encryption relies on the difficulty of factoring very large numbers. Elliptic curve cryptography relies on a related hard math problem called the discrete logarithm problem. These aren't unbreakable in theory, they're just so computationally expensive to break that it would take a classical computer an impractical amount of time, even centuries. That assumption is exactly what quantum computing threatens to undo. There's a quantum algorithm called Shor's algorithm that can, in theory, solve these same math problems exponentially faster than any classical computer. A sufficiently powerful quantum computer running this algorithm could break RSA 2048 encryption, one of the most widely used standards in the world, in a matter of hours rather than centuries. Now here's the twist that makes this an urgent problem today, not just a future one. You might assume this only becomes a real threat when someone actually builds a quantum computer powerful enough to run that attack. But adversaries don't need to wait for that day to start causing damage. This is the Harvest Now, Decrypt Later strategy. Sophisticated adversaries, including state-sponsored groups, are already collecting massive amounts of encrypted internet traffic today, and simply storing it in cold storage. They don't need to break the encryption right now. They just need to wait until quantum computers become powerful enough, then decrypt everything they've been sitting on. Security researchers use a simple framework to explain why this matters, called Mosca's theorem. It compares three numbers: how long your data needs to stay confidential, how long it will take you to migrate to quantum-safe security, and how much time is left before a quantum computer capable of breaking today's encryption actually exists. If the time needed to keep your data secret plus the time needed to migrate your systems is greater than the time left before quantum computers arrive, your data is already exposed, even though nothing has been decrypted yet. Think about what kinds of data actually need to stay secret for a decade or more: medical records, government secrets, financial transaction histories, intellectual property, source code, and confidential legal communications. Analysis in this field suggests the vast majority of healthcare records and government-classified data encrypted today would be candidates for retroactive decryption if intercepted under this scenario. So what's actually being done to fix this? NIST, the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, finalized the first three official post-quantum cryptography standards in 2024, called FIPS 203, 204, and 205. These standards define new quantum-resistant algorithms, including ML-Chem for encrypting data in transit, and ML-DSA for digital signatures used in things like code signing and authentication. In June 2026, the U.S. government escalated this further with two executive orders. One mandates an accelerated, government-wide migration to post-quantum cryptography for federal systems, with binding deadlines for the most sensitive systems. The other establishes a broader national effort around quantum computing itself, including workforce development and strengthening domestic quantum supply chains. The overall federal target, under a separate national security memorandum, is to complete migration of federal systems by 2035, with certain vulnerable algorithms being phased out starting in 2030. This isn't just a government-only effort. Major tech companies are moving in parallel. Google and Cloudflare have both already begun defaulting to quantum-safe encryption for a portion of internet traffic, and both companies have publicly committed to reaching full post-quantum readiness by 2029. Microsoft has added post-quantum cryptography support directly into its Active Directory certificate services, and Meta has published its own internal framework for migrating its systems. So what does this actually look like for a typical enterprise trying to prepare? Security teams generally follow a phased approach. First, build a cryptographic inventory, essentially finding every place across your infrastructure where old, vulnerable encryption algorithms are actually being used, since you can't protect what you haven't identified. Then, prioritize migration based on how sensitive and long-lived the data actually is, since not all data carries the same urgency. Most organizations are adopting what's called hybrid cryptography as an interim step, combining classical algorithms with the new post-quantum algorithms together, so that even if one layer is somehow compromised, the other still holds. It's worth being honest about the uncertainty in the exact timeline here. Estimates for when a cryptographically relevant quantum computer, one actually capable of breaking today's encryption at scale, will exist typically range from the early 2030s to the mid-2030s, though some researchers caution that a major hardware breakthrough could pull that timeline forward unexpectedly. That uncertainty is precisely the point security experts keep emphasizing, since the migration itself takes years to complete properly across an organization's entire infrastructure. Waiting for certainty before starting means starting too late. So why should this matter to you, even if you're not managing enterprise IT infrastructure? This is one of the clearest examples of how a breakthrough in one area of technology, quantum computing, creates an entirely new category of risk in a completely different area, digital security, years before that breakthrough technology even fully arrives. It's also a reminder that some of the most important technology work happening right now isn't flashy or visible to everyday users at all. It's the quiet, unglamorous work of rebuilding the mathematical foundations that our entire digital world depends on, before the clock runs out. That's post-quantum cryptography and the harvest now, Decrypt Later threat explained. If you found this useful, make sure to subscribe for more tech deep dives, and I'll see you in the next video.